come with me to the shops to get some pastry. It's a nice warm day, so I had some headphones on and I don't even know what I'm doing here. But yeah, getting some ingredients as well so I can start the Ramadan prep. So I didn't get any pastry because there was none, but I got this plant. I'll have to get some later on and then film tomorrow me baking it. Look how cute this plant is. These are so cool. Look good like this one. I'm in the range and I just couldn't help myself. I got some raspberry bushes. We got the goods. Now I'm gonna go home and start cooking. So Luke has joined me in the kitchen. We're both in our pajamas and we're both gonna cook together. And what I mean by cooking together is that he's gonna sit down and talk about politics. I'm gonna clean the surface first and then I'm gonna roll the pastry out and I'll put it in a time lapse.
Thanks. There you go.
Zesty lemon. That's what you are, Luke. You're zesty. Cleaning the surfaces before we start because hygiene is very important and nobody's getting food poisoning on my watch. So that's okay. Prince, get off the counter. You're not allowed there. No.
Continue straight back up again.
You have to kick him out then. Chop the chilies up and then I'm gonna make like a little sauce. So use milk and different cheeses. Different types of cheese. I've got mozzarella here and some soft like Philadelphia type cheese and then some sweet corn, chicken and sweet corn pies. That's what I'm making. Chicken and sweet corn pies. Let's get started. So I'm using about this much chicken. There's some chilies under it, as you can see. I'm going to be using some spices, some pepper, some peri salt, and some garlic granules, and a few more herbs, maybe some basil and some mixed Italian herbs in there, just to give it a bit of a kick. And then once that's cooked, I'm going to make the sauce. You can still talk.
Yeah, the overflow is definitely blocked for the real one.
There we go. Some milk in there. And then we're just going to keep stirring and get rid of those lumps before we add any of the cheese to it. Now I'm going to add the Philadelphia and the mozzarella. That spilled everywhere. It comes with like some water in, so I'm just going to add it because there's no harm in putting water in there. In fact, it's going to help it, especially if it's cheesy water. Then I'm just going to rip it apart. Mozzarella is really good for you, and after fasting you need the good healthy fats. So we're going to put that in there. Give my hands a quick rinse. And then
Just bring them on the way again. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Keep stirring it, that's the
Because
key.
otherwise it will burn to the bottom.
It will.
Because cheese literally welds itself to the bottom of pots, as I know.
Thickened really nice.
As thickened immediately almost.
Again, no problems with the water. I'm not bothered about it.
There's no water in the rain, I don't think.
I did drain most of it out to be fair. I used some of it in a tuna salad. Which I had. So that's the mixture cooked. We're just going to leave it to cool and then roll out the pastry before we put it in the pastry, obviously, because we don't want it to melt the pastry before we cook it.
It's fine to work it out, I think.
What time is Isha?
I don't know.
And then here I am rolling the pastry out. I rolled it a little bit thin and then sort of cut it accordingly into squares, and then I made like random shapes. As long as it's edible, that's all that matters. The way that I fold it is I do it like a Cornish pasty, so it looks pretty. So even if this shape is a bit weird, it still has like a scalloped edge, if that makes sense. And I don't know what Luke was doing. I think he was just talking about politics while he was washing up. But he kept me company, which is the main thing. I like it when he's there, he keeps me company. So I have done one batch, so about 13. And I'm gonna put them in.
It's coming straight to you again.
The box. Oh, Prince, you cannot have the chicken.
He wants the chicken. He literally stole the chicken.
He stole the chicken. We had to put him out because he's been very naughty. No. I think they turned out pretty nicely. You'll have to do a taste test.
They do look nice.
So after making 2 batches, I still had some left in here. So I just made some pasta and mixed it in with some pasta, put a little bit more spices on and put some salad in. And this is Luke's dinner. So zero food waste on my channel. Hit subscribe. Another day. Another pastry haul. I ran out of pastries, so I need to get more. But I'm going to walk so I get some exercise.
And I've already been to work, so I'm not going to walk because I'm already tired. I was literally up at like 4 a.m. this morning.
I've been awake all night and I woke up to make this one.
By decision.
No.
You've been awake all night because you chose to be awake all night.
But I slept for a few hours. Now it's like 3 p.m, so I'm going to go now.
It's 2:30. It's hardly
Same
3.
thing. If you round
Hardly
it up.
3
If you
o'clock.
round it up, it is. We've got the pastry. Ingredients for this one, I've got the chicken left over from yesterday, and I'm going to be using this tandoori marinade paste, which is basically chicken tikka masala. And I'm going to be using a pepper, a garlic, and some onions. One won't be enough, so I'm going to put a couple in, maybe a red one and maybe one of these. And we're going to mix it all up and add some salt and some pepper and some Italian spices, just to give it a little bit more flavouring and a little bit more healthy. Let's go. There we go. And then I'm also going to chop the peppers up. No, Prince. No. Luke, can you get Prince out of the kitchen, please? Then I just mixed it all up together till the chicken cooked a little bit, and then put the tikka paste in and some coriander and a few Italian herbs such as basil and a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of coriander, and then let it to cook until the water sort of drained out of it and evaporated into thin air. I think it's pretty much cooked. I'm going to try a bit. Smell. Hot. We're going to leave this to cool, and then we're going to roll out a pastry and pop it in the pastry. And what do you know? It's the next day. I fell asleep. I put the chicken in the fridge and I fell asleep. So we're going to do the rolling today and get it done. We're almost there. I made a giant one for Luke, so I'm going to make this one in the oven, and then he's going to taste test it on camera.
No, it's nice, obviously.
It is good.
Yeah, obviously.
Thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
It's all gone.